Hello, everybody. Welcome to 3TZ Podcast. This is your host, Raven Stone, and jumping right into it as usual. I watched some videos about, men and women, to be precise. Is there something in us that makes us men or women, right? Because we have all these, and it's been bothering me that we have these people right now that say that you can be any gender, you can be 1,000, you can, and then they say gender is different than sex and blah blah blah. You know, just trying to mess everybody up, right? That's the whole point of it. It's trying to get everybody confused. But think about it, people. I don't believe in microevolution. I believe in macroevolution. Okay, I don't believe that a chimp turned into a man, but I do believe that men have evolved and gotten stronger or taller, or skins changed color to, protect them from the sun, more melanin, or, that kind of evolution I believe in. But think about this, people. If men and women are not different, then how the hell did our species keep going? How did it keep going? There is just a plethora of problems with how these people think. And when I say these people, I'm talking about people who think that gender is fluid and all this crap. I don't know who the hell started this stuff. It's just what a waste of time is what I'm saying. What a fucking waste of time. It's so stupid. Well, they're getting it from the colleges, so I say, these colleges should be sued. I mean, if my kid came home and was saying all this shit, and I'm like, that ain't what I paid for. I didn't pay for you to fuck them up. I paid for you to give them knowledge. That's not knowledge. That's bullshit. That goes against everything that we know to be true. Hey, I'm all about pushing the envelope. I'm all about, pushing things to see what really is what is really what, you know what I mean? Pushing it. But I'm not talking about going out to left field and throwing a, pitch out there. That's so far out there that it's not even feasible, because it goes against the very nature of. Okay, here, let me digress. Take it like this. What's the big thing about the human condition? We need to procreate, right? Our species, if it doesn't procreate, then we're dead. We're gone. So, this procreation has been inbred, I guess you could say, in us. Cooked in the cake. It's already baked in the cake, as it were. It's already in your genetics to procreate. So women are women and men are men. That's already, and that's for procreation reasons. When somebody says you're not born a man, yes, you are. It's called survival of the species. All right, so you're born one or the other. Is there Klinefelter syndrome? And I hear this all the time. Klinefelter syndrome, or I think that's how you pronounce it. Men or women born with both sets of stuff, of junk, both sets of junk, with a penis and a vagina. Sure, it happens, but still, you're dominant in one over the other. You're not equally. It's not equal. Do you understand? You're dominant in one over the other. So the dominant takes over. So you're dominant. If you had Klinefelters and you're more man than you were woman, then obviously you're a man. I mean, you deal with it. It sucks, I'm sure, but that is what you are. That is what you are. Does that even make sense? Oh, man. But I'm just so sick of all these people saying, this and this, and they're getting their kids into this stuff and fucking their kids up. I mean, seriously. What's a 2-year-old? What the hell do they know? They know what you tell them. How come they are never just straight kids? How come every time they put a kid through this, the kid has always got to be a transgender? Why can't the kid just be a fucking kid? Why can't a girl be a girl or a boy be a boy? How come every time they put them through this, well, we'll just let them decide that they always choose to be trans? No, I don't hear anybody saying that. Or maybe I just haven't been listening enough, but why is it? Because they're not doing it. You are doing it for them. You're living it. You're making their decisions for them. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. And we're in such a society right now that, my God, if you ever said anything about that, you're a hater. You hate everybody. Ugh, it's so annoying. I would like to see one kid that has been put through this trans bullshit. We'll let them choose. We let them have both male and female toys. But every time they do this, I've never seen one of them. They have a boy and a girl, and they always pick the opposite. The girl picks the boy stuff, and the boy picks the girl stuff. As they have them dressed like the opposites. Like, you guys, they're kids. Innately, they are men and women. Okay, that's genetics. That's millions of years of evolution, if you want to call it that. Baked in the cake, baked inside of them. That's because that's a thing about survival. You guys are fucking with our survival, And I think maybe that's what it is. It's about lower birth rates. It's about, oh man, remember like what did Bill Gates say? Remember when he's down there at that TED Talks? Talk about knocking everybody down to about a billion people. I mean, this he's nuts. FYI, we have like 7 billion now, so can you imagine the slaughter, the wholesale slaughter of people to get it down to whatever the fuck they think is the perfect. Do you guys know that the Earth, everybody thinks we're overpopulated. You could take all the people on this planet and basically stick them with just enough space to stand and get their arms out in the state of Texas. And maybe a little bit more than that. That's it. I mean, we're not overpopulated, people. We got plenty of room. Plenty of room. Now, resources, we got tons of resources. We'll never be overpopulated. That's a farce. They will make things. I mean, they could take things and make them to where you can't get stuff and say, "Uh-oh, we're running out of stuff." No, we're not running out of stuff. You're not giving it to us because it's in the supply chain, right? It's very scary to know that they control it. When I say they, the government or whoever, supplies the food and the trucks and, God bless the truckers, man. I'll tell you what. Those guys, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have shit because they're the ones on the roads all day. And my cousin used to be a trucker. And I know what it was like for him. It's just, man, it's long. It's a long trek. But they choose it, they're kind of loners and they like it, so. But digressing back into the main point here. Little boys and little girls, leave them alone, let them be who they want to be. They already have inside of them traits that push them to the other, one from the other, all right? Boys like certain things, girls like certain things. It's just the way they are. They're programmed genetically like that. But tell me you people who always say about, show me one time when you supposedly quote unquote let them be who they want to be and they turn out to be their actual gender. Like a boy who's clearly a boy and we know it. He's got a pee-pee and he's got a penis and a girl with a vagina and they just turn out to be a boy and a girl. How come every time they get a hold of these kids, they always flip them and they switch to something different? Because it's not them, it's the grown-ups. It's the people who are really sick who push them like that. And you're screwing them up. Look at Sweden. Sweden used to be such a beautiful place. Now look at it. It's fucked. If it's not for all the migrants that are there now raping everybody, they're done. Sweden is done. The only way that would stop that from happening to Sweden is an uprising, a military coup to push these migrants out. But that won't happen because everybody's afraid that they might hurt somebody's feelings. God help us if that comes to the United States. I mean, with Trump, it won't happen. Trump will say F you and get him out of here, but Trump ain't going to be around forever. Now, 8 years at the most, and I think he'll win re-election. Okay, fine. After that, what are you going to have? You're going to have a complete reversal of everything he was about. That's what usually happens. And then that's scary. I don't want those fuckers out here, man. Go back to your homeland. Make it better. Fight for it. God, that's what we did. That's what everybody else does. Go back to your homeland and fight. Stop being pussies. Go and fight. Fight, fight, fight. What's different now than it ever was? It's the same shit. Do I want them to have better lives? Sure, guys, but you know what? That's their part of the world. That's where they are. That's where they should be. That's what's home to them. So fight and make it better. Am I wrong on that? Fight and make it better. That's your homeland, for fuck's sake. Fight for it. But don't come here and then try to throw off the Sharia law in our faces and then get pissed if we don't like it. See, they're using our kindness, they're using our acceptance as a weapon. I'm telling you, Dearborn, Michigan is already a little Baghdad. That's what they call it, little Baghdad. And it absolutely is. If you drive in there, if you want to, as a white person, if you don't get shot, and I'm just saying that, I've never heard people get shot. But I'm just saying, my God, it's like going into Baghdad. And this is what they want. They don't want to be like us. They want to take over. They're conquering people. People are always bitching and moaning, why the white man when they did the Indians? Well, what the fuck you think they're going to do to you? They are going to try to conquer you. They don't want to assimilate. Assimilation is not in their vocab. They want to take over. Now, Sweden, it's done. They've already taken over Sweden. Give it another 10 years, that's gone. And it's all these places in Europe. They're gone. There's such a huge influx because people are letting them. And you got to ask yourselves, they know, the people in charge should know that they get too many of those people in there, they're going to be bred out. They don't have to fight them. They just have to breed. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Germany's gone. Germany's toast. With that Merkel. Oh my God. She knows it. I like to know who's paying these people off to do this. Because they can't be that stupid. They have to know. Oh, man. So that's that. Well, I went from one gambit to the other. But kids should be left alone. Kids should be kids. Let the kids be kids. You know? Just let them be kids. Stop trying to push them to being transgender. Stop it. Stop it, guys. You're fucking up a lot of kids. And they're fucked up. No, when they grow up and they realize they're not that way, you fucked them up. That's lifelong, man. That is lifelong. And I hope people are held accountable for that. I really do. I hope people who want to switch these kids over to transgender, I hope you're held accountable. Because I think that's bullshit. God, I don't have any kids, and I thank God for that right now, because it is crazy. It is crazy how they treat kids anymore. It's child abuse. And they're all doing it with smiles on their faces. All right, everybody. I love you. Thank you for the... Dude, this is awesome. Woohoo! I forgot to mention this. Thank you so much. We're like at 400 subs. That's awesome. I was going to do a special one for 100 subs, but I have since surpassed that. So, and I didn't pay attention. That's my problem. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope we grow, and I hope I continue to speak things that mean something to you, and I hope that I can, in my little way, make things either better, you know. I hope. All right, guys, until next time, this is 3TZ Podcast with your host, Raven Stone. I'll see you later. I have really got to work on that outro. Oh, man.